Hello, so today I'm going to show you a really helpful tool for building your resume, and it's called Resume Companion, and it's actually a free resource for NPC students. And so if you create an account and you use your NPC email address, it's actually free. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay. I'm not quite sure how much it is. The last time I checked, it was actually really quite low. It was a very nominal fee. But I do recommend that if you're an NPC student that you actually use this resource. So let me go and show you actually how to get there. So, uh, so if you come here to NPC Career Services website, okay, that's on the NPC domain. Click on this tab that says Students, Alumni, and Community. Click on Job Search. And then when that opens up, click on Resume and scroll all the way down till you get to this link, Resumes for America. So let's say you click on that, and then what you're going to want to do is click on this button that says Build a Resume. And at some point, it's going to ask you to create an account. So again, you're going to need, when you create your account, you need to use your NPC email. Otherwise, it's going to charge you for this service. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so here I already have an account, so I'll just go ahead and log in. So you can see here's my NPC email address. So I'll log in. What's really great about this tool is that it's a wizard. It walks you through each step and each section of the resume. It asks you questions, you check different boxes, so click on different drop-down menus, stuff like that. And so it really guides you. And that's what I mean by wizard, is that it really guides you through this whole process and makes it a lot easier. So let me actually show you an example. So here I'll click on resumes, and here I can see the resumes that I've already created. So, if you can see by hovering over that, I can click on edit, and then it'll take me back into the wizard and I can edit whatever I want. The other nice thing too is that once you're done, or if you're not done, just whatever you have completed, you can download it. Okay, and then when you click download, it'll give you different formats. So if you want to download it as a PDF document. So chances are you're probably going to want to use Microsoft Word, so it'll export it in Microsoft Word format. So then you can go into Microsoft Word and change the fonts, change the order, add other sections, and just save it on your computer so that way later on when you need to modify your resume, you can just modify it directly in Word. Or you can save it as a text format and as a text file. You can send it directly to the printer or email it. So let me actually walk through a few steps to show you what I mean by how it guides you in creating a resume. So here, click on resume. You're probably not going to see any of your past resumes. So if you come, you'll see this option here where it says build a convincing resume. You'll click on that. And here are all kinds of different formats that you can choose. So these are the different templates for it. You can always change this later. So it's not like once you decide on a particular template that's what you got to stick with. Once you're done, you can go back and select a different template. I like to usually probably stick with classic, but again, you can change that later. So let's say, okay, I'm going to use the classic format. You can see how it looks. I'll click on this button that says select template. And then, like I said, it's a wizard, so it's going to ask you all kinds of questions. So it's going to ask me, do I have work experience? Let's say that yes, I do. What's your highest level of education? Let me just say, click college, university. Did you graduate from college, university? Yes, no, or I'm still enrolled. I'll say yes, I graduated. And then again, now look at drop-down lists, makes it very easy. So let's say I graduated in March 2019. I'll click continue. It asks me to input the college name. So Northland Pioneer College, US, Arizona, Winslow. Click continue. So see, you can see the different sections it's going to lead you through. So it's this section I'm filling out right now is education. Next, it's going to go over certifications, work experience, additional skills, career objective. Now, some of these are required. Some of these fields are required, and it won't let you continue without filling it out. Others are optional. Okay, so you can always click skip. So if I don't want to put my GPA, I can just click skip, right? Have you taken any relevant coursework? I'll skip that. I don't want to put that on my resume. Want any awards or honors? Maybe I did or I didn't, or I don't want to add it. Look here. Let's say you said, oh, you entered an award that you had here. Look, it even gives you a drop-down list. You know, so let's say I did award 2. And then let's say, oh, well, I want to put more awards on my resume because I have more of them. Well, I just click on this add award honor and it just expands, and now I can add another award if I want. Okay. So here I can continue or skip. If I want to put extracurricular activities, I can, or I'll just skip. So here I'm done with that first part of the education. Now let's say I went on to a university and I want to add another school. Okay, or I want to add my high school or something like that. I can go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so here I'm going to say that's good enough, so I'll just continue. It'll walk me through certifications. I'm just going to skip that. Now it's going to come to work experience. So let's say, okay, so because remember in the very beginning it asked me if I had work experience, so that's why it's asking me this question. So I'll say I was a cashier, say I was at Walmart, and then here I'll just drop down lists, Arizona. And this is what's really neat. So like I said, as you can see, there's a lot of drop-down lists, options, stuff like that. Here I can, so under, where I worked at Walmart as a cashier, I can write my own, what I want under that. So I can, put, as each bullet point, I can say I took money from customers, right? Made change, swept the floors, whatever, right? And each of these will be a bullet point. Okay, but let's just say that I can't think of anything, or I want some, I want to see what my other options are. Maybe there's some things I didn't think about, or maybe there's a way I can word it better. I'll click on this option, add pre-written bullet points. So I'll click on that. I'll enter my job title, in here, which it already does. And then here I'll find the job title that most closely matches cashier, which in this case it's cashier. So some of the other ones, they're not an exact match, so you have to find one that's the best match. In this case, it's an exact match, so I'll click cashiers, and look, it's giving me all these different options here that I can add under that. So receive payment by cash, check, credit cards, vouchers, or automatic debit. So if I did that and I want that as a bullet point, I can do that. I can select that. Okay, now chances are you probably have done a lot of these, but resume best practices, you probably just want to limit it to just a few bullet points. Oh, look, I greeted customers entering establishments. I did that. Stocked shelves, marked prices on shelves and items. Count money in cash drawers at the beginning of shifts. Yep, I did do all that. Okay, and again, if you want to change the wording later on, you can. So, once you're done, you can just export it to Microsoft Word and use Microsoft Word to then edit this if you want. You can add another bullet point, or maybe you want to you want to shorten this a little bit. Whatever, right? You can edit it any way you want. But like I said, this is Resume Companion really is a guide that really walks you through each of the steps. So then I'll click continue. So I'm not going to go through the rest of these, but it's just really neat to see. So let me actually go back and let me show you an example of a completed resume that I've done. Okay, now one thing about Resume Companion is, admittedly, it is a little bit clunky. So when you first start, it's a little, with logging in or creating an account, it's going to be a little bit, the user experience is a little bit choppy and stuff. I wish they would do that part better. But once you actually get started with creating a resume, it's pretty easy. Okay, so here I can click on resumes. Let me show you a resume I've already created. So I just made this up, Ralph Pinkham. So look at it, I can click on that button, go to edit now. So if something's changed, I have a new job that I need to put on my resume, I can do that. If I want to add another college, I can do that. I can do all that here if I want to change the template. Look, so here this is the template I have was classic. Let's say I want to change it to Chicago style. That's the way it's going to look. And look at, you can really preview what it's going to look like. Elegant template, Milano, whatever that means. So it's actually pretty neat. Let's say I wanted this format. Oh, okay, look at, I can see what it's going to look like with the contemporary. So, okay, fine. Let's do that. I can come here to edit resume, which means it'll take me back into the wizard, and I'll be able to go through each of these steps again. So if I want to add a school, that's fine. If I want to add some more work experience, I can do that here. Okay. Well, let's just say that I'm all done with that. And let's just say, okay, I'm ready to download. I want to download it. So you just click on download. Okay. So it looks like, yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna have to do it again. So here it is. Here's my resume. I can delete it if I want, or I can just download it. So I'll click on this download, and let's say I want to export it to Microsoft Word. I'll do that. So guess what? As you can see now, it's downloaded to Word. So I'll click on that file, and there we are. See, I mean, look how it's already formatted, really neat. Look at the colors and everything. So let's say that doesn't work for me. I want to change. This font from Doris Regular to Arial Black. I can do that. So, I mean, whatever way works for you. I want to add another bullet point, right? And then so, of course, here I can save it and keep it on my computer and always have a decent looking resume. All right. So there's that tool called Resume Companion. I really recommend that you use this. You'll really find it to be a really great resource. Okay, thank you.